Hello, hello everyone, and welcome to, um,
The Dex Cold Cast.
yes, exactly. And,
I did not just come up with that. That's the name we planned.
we planned it out
Yeah.
3,000 years ago as sheep people on a bizarre planet,
Damn, that's pre-Christ.
and darn,
Goddamn Anubis is ruling that around that time, bro.
yeah, for
You gotta
real,
watch out.
and,
You,
yeah,
you, you, yeah, you gotta watch out for Toph's pyramids, space rocket.
yeah, it's pretty nuts, and, like,
Yeah.
the giant pyramid was actually just a huge antenna, and we shot out the sheep signal of the information towards Earth, and it took 3,000 years to get there, and then it hit the pyramid, and then the pyramid had this intricate machine inside of it that pretty much beamed the information directly into our minds right now. So now that we know what to call our podcast.
See, but you know what? Except for a couple of folks, a couple of folks need help. You feel me? So that's why I wanna ask you how do we give Joe Biden DXM? Because I remember when you asked me that, I really pondered it, and I want to hear your theory or your plan because I have a good plan too, and I want to hear if you come up with something.
Well, basically, um, where this all really started was me realizing, and I'm not the first person to realize it, but the dextromethorphan hydrobromide has this power
To give you
oftentimes.
horrible shits the day after.
Nah, that's just gross syrup.
No, yeah, no, that's you get this sorbitol. But
Yeah,
anyways, sorry to interrupt
it's
you.
whatchamacallit, it's like this like constant flashback to weird suppressed memories from distant long ago times. Like I often get like childhood memories that I'd have forgotten completely,
And
just like not thought about. And it seems to be an extremely common experience with people. They kind of remember things that they had forgotten. And I think that this is a very important, very powerful tool. It could be extremely important because like the ability to remember things, like people who have like dementia or Alzheimer's, or they already treat Alzheimer's with a dissociative called memantine. Um,
oh
so
really?
yeah, so they're
Is,
already.
isn't that like MXC or something like that?
No, no, MXE is something
Let
else.
me look it up.
Yeah, sure. Um, yeah,
17.
memantine is like a long-acting dissociative. It's very dull, not really recreational. And they use it for
Yeah.
people with Alzheimer's. Um,
Oh yeah. Okay. See, they sound the same. MXC is mental me, whatever the fuck. Yeah. Okay.
ah, I see. Um, basically, where was I? Okay, yeah,
Memory recovery.
memory recovery. Yeah, very important, very important. And like currently there is a person who is in a very like extreme position of power, and he can't remember anything. So it only makes sense that we gave this person um the the dextromethorphan because it would allow them to remember that they are indeed the president of the United States, Joe Biden.
Now, I have a question. From my experience, it's only been long lost memories I've recovered. So, how do you think he's gonna recover recent memories, or will it cure his memory loss entirely?
You know, I feel
That's
like
a severe condition.
I had like pretty severe memory loss for a while after getting a very severe concussion. And also a very like long period of benzodiazepine abuse. Um, so during those times, yeah, I had pretty bad memory use, but afterwards, I used psychedelics and uh, like mostly
Memantine.
what? No, I
Nothing.
didn't use
Yeah.
any manmatine.
Yeah. No.
I used
Just calling about hairs.
I used, yeah, pretty much just a lot of 4-ACO DMT, which is like a psilocin analog.
Actually, it's for ACO.
Exactly. And that allowed me to like I've like made like a complete recovery in terms of memory and more.
So,
I feel like I have significantly better memory than I did before all of that happened, and that is pretty
how
strange.
exactly are we going to administer Joe Biden a second plateau to third plateau dose?
I don't even know if that's necessary, and I think it's just a matter of spreading awareness about the power of dextromethorphan so that it becomes more normalized and Joe Biden would feel
Oh,
more comfortable in
that's your route.
taking this dose of dextromethorphan that would just absolutely cure
Man,
his Alzheimer's.
I came up with a way more elaborate plan.
Well, I mean, like this is like how
I
would
mean,
you
no, like
spread
that makes sense.
awareness, you know?
No,
You
exactly.
could
Makes
do
sense.
it pretty elaborately, you know, like you could even have like an airplane that like shoots out like tons and tons of pamphlets
Yeah.
that all say like over the counter cough syrup will cure your grandparents' memory loss. And then they would do it and they would see that it does. And then their grandparents would be like,
No,
holy
no,
smokes.
that's a bold statement. So what do you say if that doesn't happen?
If that doesn't happen, what would happen
Yeah,
instead?
they don't recover or anything, and they just had a nice time.
Like, nothing happens? Well, I
Yeah,
mean, I don't know. Then I guess everyone just forgets about it. And then that would be the end.
yeah,
That would be super depressing, you know? I'd
it would.
probably
That'd be
cry
terrible.
about it a little bit. I do cry on
Nah,
occasion.
you cry and then round two.
Round two? Round
Yeah,
two? What's round two? Is that
as
when
in we're gonna give them more.
even more?
You're gonna
Interesting.
give the you're gonna give your grandma more.
My grandmother? No, no,
Yeah,
I'm
'cause
not.
they say third time's the charm.
Yeah, but I just want to, like, get society to a place where this is just, like, completely normal and everyone's just like, yeah, because these things clearly need to be more examined, I believe, in terms of certain therapeutic potential that I feel like goes unnoticed. Because that
Yeah, I
is
feel you.
important to to like recover memories. That's that's a very important thing that I feel like society in general would cherish immensely. From they would definitely cherish immensely, especially with people who like have loved ones who suffer from memory
Yeah.
loss. And it sucks because it's like something that's already available but no one knows.
If that was normalized when the Notebook happened, it would have been not such a sad movie.
I've never seen The Notebook.
Well, basically, long, long lost lovers, blah blah blah, right? But in the end, the girl gets like dementia,
Okay.
and then like she's in the hospital and shit,
Mhm.
and then the dude visits her while she has dementia, and then I think they both die asleep on the bed
Oh,
and
that's
shit.
cool.
At the very end.
Oh,
But if that was normalized, it would have been a different story.
it would have been a different story. They would have been like robo tripping there, vibing out, talking about their childhood memories.
Yeah,
That would have been a beautiful experience. It's just really
yeah.
sad. I hope that one day everything is just the way it should be, and everyone can just guzzle copious amounts of dissociatives and psychedelics and just live, you know? I think that's just the way things are supposed to be. I know
I feel you.
you've been guzzling quite a bit of salvia lately.
Yeah.
How is that
Yeah.
gone?
Yeah. 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 Let me sec. Let me sec. Let me gather my thoughts real quick, because honestly, it's a lot. You feel me?
I feel you. I feel
Like
you.
it's a lot to go back and be like, okay, like what happened? You feel me?
Yeah, I get that. Yes.
Okay, I'll tell you like the first time, right?
Yeah.
The first time I mixed it with bud. It was like a little bit of 20x,
Mhm.
and like I remember like freaking out in my mind, being like, what the fuck is happening? Like, and like I don't know, like I went to like like a paranoid thought loop or whatever. And then like I remember seeing like two black gears and then like a feminine shadow being like, oh man, uncertain things are constant things, so what the fuck are you fucking bitching about? Like just deal with it, you feel me? And then I don't know, but that brought me to terms of peace to it and with a lot of things. So then when I jumped back into it, see, cause look, I don't play the breakthrough game. I'm not
Mm.
gonna play it anytime soon.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Feel you.
Cause like I want to go into it and like not have a bad time. Like enjoy it,
Yeah.
which is possible.
It is
So like
possible.
I was like, you know what, dude, I'm gonna just master the low dose space. You feel me?
I feel you.
So I get some, and then the first time in this week span where that did it, I just felt like super bassy and like I didn't see any visuals really,
Hmm.
but I felt super spacey, and then I just had the impulse to fall on the ground over and over again. Yeah,
Interesting. That's funny.
yeah, it was cool. It was cool, and then and then the next time, like I had that feeling again,
Mhm.
and then but like I like my eyes, but like I was like in a mountain, and like my eye holes were like two cave holes to see the world.
Oh,
You
that
feel
sounds
me?
really trippy.
So like I
I,
felt
I
like I
don't.
was like peeking over. I felt like I was peeking over like the hole of a cave to see the world outside, like from behind my eyes. Super dissociated. And you
That
know what?
sounds weird.
Save
Yeah.
that note. Save that note because that'll play to factor later, right?
Okay.
And then the third time it's like on the second day. You feel me? Like I did multiple times a day, which honestly probably not the best idea. But to the third time, this is like the strongest one yet. Uh, I remember like out of nowhere, like I just got like pins and needles all over my body, and I read about it, so I didn't like really freak out about it. But in my mind, I was really freaking out about it
Oh.
because while all that was happening, like I felt my body contort into a cube cardboard box,
Oh.
and like I felt like my legs like you feel me?
Yeah, I feel you. I know.
And
I
then
know this.
I was telling my mind like, yo, your legs aren't actually moving. Like, dude, but I was freaking out, like, bro, like
Yeah.
I'm not playing, like, but like once I like really like let go, like and like the pins and needles feeling became like so euphoric, like it was like going like it was like it was like honestly the highlight of the whole experience.
Oh wow.
Like, like it's cool because like the visuals were like they're like very intricate, like it has a bigger resolution than other
Bigger.
sites. You feel me?
I see.
I feel like you could zoom into it into any part of it and like it'll be like a whole like a big thing. You feel me? And
Interesting.
like but like the overall image was like the background of like the cartoon I make, like the backdrop of it, and that was so
Yeah.
cool. like because it's funny because like in one of the episodes there's a cardboard box in the like in front of a tree, and like I felt like I was that box
Oh.
for a moment. But this wasn't like breakthrough dose. Like this was like I want to say like a still a low dose, but like an oh. So like one time in the morning I do it, and it's like guy outside. It's a
Mhm.
loud ass exhaust, like so loud. It sounds terrible sober.
Mhm.
And like I heard it, bro, and like the sound created like an intense pressure in my chest, like it hurt and stuff.
Oh.
And like the sound just felt like doom, like something bad was about
Yeah.
to happen. Like I just terrible,
Yeah. That
terrible
sounds terrible.
sound. It went away halfway through it, and then at the very end it came back, and it just blah. And then like the whole time the visuals were very sharp and very faint. I remember laying down and like looking towards a dark spot in my room, and like it was like a weird like cell looking thing. You feel me?
Oh. That
Like
sounds
a cell
fun.
diagram, right?
Yeah.
Like this biology, right?
Yeah.
And then so I'm just like right now just saying the notable experiences, and then I'm gonna get into like what happened, like the after effects, right? But
Mhm.
and then there's one time I did it and I went for a walk, right?
Mhm.
And like the world was like going whoop whoop. like, like I felt like the axis of the earth was like shifting like back and forth.
Oh.
It looked weird, right?
Yeah.
But I can still walk. And then when I crossed the street,
Mhm.
like I know for a fact I didn't get hit by a car, but I felt cars hit me.
Oh, I know those.
Like you feel me?
Yeah,
Like but
I've
it was
had
like so
experiences like that. Yeah.
it was like a funny feeling.
Yeah.
And then I remember on my walk I'm thinking you just died.
Yeah, I know those. That's
And then
funny.
but like I was laughing about it. Like
Yeah.
I was laughing too a little bit too hard about it. Like bro, I was like bro, you just died.
That's funny.
Yeah,
That's cool.
and
Actually,
then
relate a lot to one of the things that you said there. The leg bending, like experiences where you felt like you're being contorted into a cube.
yeah.
I had an experience exactly like that one time when I was falling asleep on a bunch of kratom. I felt like I
What?
had like this like sleep paralysis ish experience where at first I felt like
Yeah.
I was kind of like floating away, and then like it felt like I was like slowly like I was being like folded inwards into a like a square, and then I started to like merge in with like this geometry that I was seeing in front of me, and it kind of felt like I was like part of the geometry, like
Yeah,
moving and
that's crazy.
shifting around, and then it opened up into this like it felt like I kind of like merged through the geometry and came out to the other side, and there was this like weird cubic being that was like it had like purple and green like fiery-ish patterns along the sides of
Yeah,
it, and like in the center
that's
was like
crazy.
this like I don't even know. It was like it seemed like it was seeing through it, but I couldn't call it like an eye because it didn't really look like an eye, and it just kind of like was there, and I was just like there. And then after it kind of I felt like I was like kind of flying away, being pulled out of it, and I got pulled back into the geometry, and then it felt like I was falling, and then I fell into like a basement, and then
Yeah,
got up in this basement, and then pretty much was inside of a dream, but I didn't really realize it yet. I like walked up, I like got up and went up the stairs and met with a friend that was there, and it was just kind of like, oh, I'm here now, and then I started to wake up, and then I everything faded, and then I got up and I was like,
peekaboo.
yeah, I was like, oh, holy moly. But
Yeah,
yeah, continue along with what you were saying before.
yeah, and most of the experiences like had the same cave feeling, like looking
Mm,
out, and
yeah.
also like a lot of times like I've like my head would like multiply like I felt like I felt it, and like I would see I don't know how to explain it, but like I would experience my head multiply. That's the best way I can say it, right? It's
Yeah.
like you know that Indian god where it has like multiple heads
Yeah.
in a row.
Mhm.
It was like that, and like I saw it spiral out into in front of me.
Mhm.
So like it was like a circle of that.
Yeah. That's cool.
And that was another notable one, and that happened like a lot of times, but like in different fashions, but like the same type of experience.
Yeah. That sounds
And
really cool.
yeah, and then okay, and then when I stopped the
Mhm.
week after, I would get like blips of my day where I feel like that cave feeling.
Mhm.
I'm looking out of the cave, and like it would happen a lot actually, more like a lot where it's like where it's like noticeable, like yo, you feel me?
Yeah.
And I want to say it's like 2 weeks since, and like even like the other day, I feel like that.
Ah.
But I feel it weighing down.
Yeah. Kind of like
There's that.
derealization.
Yeah, there's that. There's definitely that. And after like after it, I don't know why, but like the way my life is set right now,
Yeah.
like I'm going through like a transformation period.
Mhm.
So like I feel like that's kind of like a build up to it.
Pardon?
Like I feel like that had something to do with it, like something in
Mm.
my mind or something. You feel me? Like, but
Yeah.
like I don't know how to explain it, but like I feel like that has something to do with it.
Yeah. I see. That's cool. Is that like something that kind of like like influenced you into wanting to do this experiment where you used salvia so often?
Perhaps more of I want to know like what where I would be like mentally. Answer dissociated.
Yeah.
That's
True.
basically it. Like it's nothing special, but I feel
Interesting.
like I feel like that little bliss of like dissociation like
Yeah. So.
really like did something to my brain where it's like okay, this is what you need to do now.
Oh, that's
That
cool.
makes sense because like I feel like because like 2 years ago I was on that same vibe
Yeah.
frequency where I was like I'm on my shit and I feel like I'm going up to that again.
Yeah. Yeah. I
And
actually relate right now. Yeah.
yeah, and I'm doing LSD tomorrow.
Mhm.
So that's gonna be like the kickoff. Cause like after that, I'm gonna drop a couple of things, and then replace that with other habits.
What are you dropping?
Well, I'm gonna quit smoking bud for like a while. Cause one
Oh.
toast, and then oh I'm definitely gonna start working on episode 5 instantly on Monday.
Oh, that's awesome.
Instantly, it's gonna be done before Friday. That's like my goal. And like if I don't reach it, like I'm gonna be upset. But like like I'm gonna just be like on my shit. I'm gonna start meditating again. Instead of smoking, I'm gonna meditate.
That's awesome.
And then when I'm feeling hard, I'll just play guitar. That's
Yeah.
simple.
That sounds like a pretty hefty change. That'll definitely benefit you a lot.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get more videos done too, like not animation, like other YouTube videos.
Yeah. That's really great. Honestly, I've
Yeah, dude.
been.
Honestly, bro, I realized something, bro. I need to start taking YouTube a little bit more seriously.
Mhm.
I've I've I really even though I only have like 200 subs, but like the interactions I get like are like not to my own horn, but they're nothing to like not be grateful for.
Yeah. Feel you.
If that makes sense. I'm trying to find the right word, but like they're nothing to not recognize.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah, it's good to make
And like
of what you got, and just
I get hella
continue.
positive feedback too. Like
Yeah.
I
So.
haven't heard anything negative.
So.
The only negative feedback was comparing it to another show. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of like that's where it came from. So I mean,
Yeah, you should definitely continue along with that.
yeah,
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I've definitely been feeling more motivated too after having a few like near breakthrough experiences on
yeah.
psychedelics. I'm planning on doing DPT in the near future, because I think that it'll be kind of along those lines. I've been using another DMT analog known this one. So DMT is dimethyltryptamine. The one I've been using is MET, which is methylethyltryptamine, and it's decently similar in its effects. I can't speak on that too much because I've never done DMT before, so
Yeah.
I can only I've heard a lot from what people say, and it's like somewhat similar, not that much really. But for me, when I'd use it, I used to use it before. I have used it a few times before in the past, like a year or so ago.
Yeah.
Um, but never like I've never used it. I've never smoked it before. Like like the
I guess smoke it.
yeah, this time I've like just sandwiched it in between weed and smoked it, and that has made like a
All
huge
right.
difference. Um,
Dude, you should try getting a freebase pipe.
yeah, I could, but I'd have to freebase it, but I don't have any freebase materials. I just got lazy, so. And like
Yeah.
everyone says, smoking fumarate is bad, but it's been fine. Probably not the most efficient, but I don't really care. Basically,
But what exactly is fumarate? Cause
it's
I
just
see it all the time, but
it's
I just
just the
don't know what it
type
means.
of like acid that it's binded to.
Yeah.
The freebase version or whatever. Don't really know
The
exactly all the
non-binding
chemistry
thing.
terms, but basically, yeah, type of salt it is. But yeah, like there was no like blast off experience when using it. I just feel like
Yeah.
really warm and like really like euphoric like in my head and like body, and like it would feel like I was melting into my environment. I'd close my eyes and I would like see like my perception like expanding and like my body kind of being sucked into it, and it would just keep kind of like growing more and more, and like as if like I was just like becoming this giant void, and inside the void, like wherever I was like focusing on, like these like bright visuals would start to appear, like kind of like filaments of colors that would like form into structures that would spread out in different places, and every so often more like machinery looking scenes where it kind of looked like bunches of gears and cogs all turning around. I ended up combining it with a few other research chemicals too, then that added even more interesting effects in DXM as well. And overall, it was like fascinating in terms of like its introspective ability. I found it super therapeutic because of the headspace it put me in. Like with mushrooms, things can get pretty hectic pretty quickly, and it can leave you pretty beaten after. But with
Yeah.
this, it was like very, very soft and soothing, and it still allowed me to like experience ego dissolution, but in a more like
Yeah.
euphoric way. And it was definitely a very nice experience that I'll cherish because I don't think I'll be able to do it again because I can't find it anymore. But it was nice,
That's
and
what's up.
it was super
Are
what's up.
you need to write more trip reports? Cause I read the other one. That one was pretty clean.
Yeah, I definitely should. I've been tripping a lot recently, but I just haven't been able to write because a lot of it has become like super personal, especially
Yeah.
recently. Like before, back then, not so much, but now it's been like, yeah, I use like pretty much entirely for the purpose of uh, how did I say, uh, just like trying to better myself and better
Mhm.
my um, yeah, that's pretty much it. And yeah, I explore myself and understand myself because being a person is ridiculously complicated, especially me, because I have like I don't know.
Ridiculously complicated. Like, bro, dude, motherfucker. I don't know if it's just me, but like other people, like, 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 what the fuck? Like, that's the best way I can put it.
Yeah, no, I think it is for everybody, and some people are probably not as aware of like how it is, and definitely not everyone to the same degree, but for
No, yeah,
especially
and you know what? A lot of it has to do with how people grew up. So
definitely, yeah.
that's why I don't really get mad about it, because it's basically how it is. What are you gonna do about it? But it happens.
Yeah. um I'd say, like, especially with the way that I grew up and the way that I experienced life, or I don't even know what the heck is wrong with me. Like, I have like, ugh, like I have like the symptoms of like a lot of disorders, but I'm
Yeah.
like, a lot of them are undiagnosed because I refuse to go to the doctor. But I just kind of leave it, like, cause I have like, first of all, I have like super severe HPPD, super severe
Mm-hmm.
HPPD. Um, I've had. Right now it's not too bad, but in the past, after a couple
Oh,
bad
okay.
trips,
Sorry
like,
to interrupt.
yeah, let me just finish this thought real quick.
Oh yeah,
Um,
you're good.
it's like, it's been like to the point where like I'd be like sitting in my chair, and I'd feel myself like falling into myself, like shrinking constantly, like all the time. Like every time I closed my eyes, it just felt like I was just like falling, and it was like constant like geometry everywhere I looked. Every time I'd stare at something, like my whole room would just start morphing into like a complete unrecognizable mess.
Yeah.
Just a complete mess. I couldn't like look at anything for like that wasn't a screen for longer than 20 seconds without it just melting. And it was pretty miserable, I must say. But now
Nah, I
it's a
know what
lot
you
more
mean.
fun. Like, what do you tell, what do you even say to a doctor about that? Like, hey,
Hey doctor, I took a little bit of acid and I shake all great now.
exactly, right? No, I did try and talk to them because, like, the first time it happened was pretty much by accident. I ended up taking 500 milligrams of Benadryl. It wasn't like
Yeah.
entirely by accident, but like I didn't foresee the consequences. And I was like, "Hey, what's up, guys?"
He was a rookie back then.
Yeah, it was like my first non-weed trip, and I was like, yeah, like I've been like seeing static and patterns since, and they just kind of like looked at me and they were just like, they just didn't say anything at all and then continued along with
Yeah.
whatever they're saying, and I was like, great. So I guess I'm not getting help with this. What were you saying before?
Honestly, man, sometimes that's the best way to go about it. Just
Yeah, I
do
think
it
so.
yourself.
I think so. What were you
But
saying before?
sometimes, not all the times, because it's not also, like
I
sometimes it's a
entirely
good
agree.
idea.
I entirely agree.
Sometimes you fuck. Sometimes you do need to go to a shrink. Sometimes you do need to go to church. It happens.
Yeah, it's true. And it's not bad to need help.
It's not bad.
Not bad at
If
all.
anything, that's step one.
It
Buddy,
is step one.
step one. And if you don't do step one, you need like what you gonna do? Nothing.
You're gonna do
There you go.
step 0.
Yeah.
0.5? What are you gonna do?
Now you gotta do step 0.0 none.
0, none.
Yeah, zero nada.
There's just like a lot of other steps though that do come before, that you can do before necessarily going out and getting help, but
I
it's
feel like
definitely
that's like a
important.
different process.
It is indeed a different process in a way.
Like step one, fuck yourself up.
But like, actually going out and getting help can be excessively difficult. There's a lot of stuff
No,
that goes
it
into
really
it.
is.
Um,
There's a lot of big stuff that does go into it.
there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. A
I
lot of
agree.
people struggle to even like admit that they have a problem at all with anything. That takes like a lot of balls.
I feel you.
It's
I
people
agree.
mad pride.
You have those balls.
Yeah, it's good to have. You gotta be able to admit it, cause it's it's good. It's good, and
Yeah.
people need to be more open with that. There's like, I don't know. There's been like a lot of times where I've been around people that were like not at all open to that kind of stuff. Like if you like admitted that
Yeah.
you were like not doing well, they kind of look at you funny, like, huh?
I know what
And
you
it's
mean.
funny. A lot of those people were like super insane. like super
Yeah,
not
dude. A
mentally
lot of
well.
these like a lot of these suburbia types, these motherfuckers, they get prescribed everything.
Yeah, and they're like,
They got they got 2 milligram bar script.
and like a lot of them, even like the ones that are like not prescribed, like they're not mentally healthy. Like there's no way you can like go on Instagram for like 6 hours a day and like care about like what the Kardashians are doing or something and be mentally healthy. That's not mental
You know,
health.
I
That's
heard something
psychosis.
interesting. The Parkland shooter
Mhm.
and the Columbine kids
Mhm.
were prescribed SSRIs, and a lot of people think that had something to do with it.
Could be. Could entirely be.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just like that's what people say.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Don't quote me on this.
I mean SSRIs have often made people very, very apathetic and numb. I've
Yeah.
experienced it. I know, like, I can
You know what? I feel
barely.
that way on DXM.
That's interesting. I've never ever felt that way. It feels completely different than
Really?
SSRIs. Not even the slightest bit similar.
Like, like sometimes I'm like, man, I really don't care about anyone else. You feel me?
Yeah,
Like when I'm on DXM,
yeah.
personally.
I don't know. The apathy from SSRIs
Maybe it's
just.
just a dissociation.
Yeah, it didn't feel like at all like dissociation. It was more just feeling like completely distant from like any kind of emotional like anything. It just felt like being a robot, and I just did not
Yeah.
enjoy that whatsoever. Like on DXM, sometimes I kind of feel like a robot, but it's very different. I feel more like super analytical, super like I feel like I would describe. There is an emotional distancing aspect, but in the same time, there's also like an emotional enhancing, and there's also like a cognitive enhancing aspect
Yeah.
that
Dude,
just doesn't exist with the SSRIs.
It's it's funny you say robot because the first time I did it, I told myself it feels like a PS1 like shutting down, like crashing, and like I felt like the blue screen of death almost like my computer was crashing. Like that's how my brain felt like.
That's interesting. It's an interesting analogy. I definitely get like the whole like robot aspect. I've had
Yeah,
like times where I kind of felt like my brain was just like randomly like computing weird logical puzzles, and every single time I like solved it, I'd instantly forget what it was. Like I'd only like become conscious of it towards the end of what was happening. And then like I'd try and grasp onto this super bizarre puzzle, and oftentimes the puzzles aren't like even like entirely like verbal. Like I'd have like these, I don't know where they came from, how I kept thinking of these weird riddles to trick myself with.
yeah.
At some point I thought like my brain was being hacked to be like used as a computer for like some sort of like space aliens. I don't even know.
The first time, the first time I smoked weed at my first job, I
Mm.
greened out,
Mm.
and I felt like I was being controlled by like the corporation to like work here, and like I hallucinated like robot arms like from the ceiling, like poking into my back, controlling me.
Oh wow, that doesn't sound pleasant at all.
Yeah,
Really
and
got
you know what?
greened
This
out by
was like
capitalism.
this was like in the peak of my LSD phase back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So that HPBD definitely has something to do with that. Like definitely, I was tweaking.
I get that. Yeah. Yeah, HPPD really changes the way that weed does works. And I wouldn't even say necessarily just HPPD. Um, there's like a lot of factors that go into how hard you trip, and I feel like HPPD is one of them. And like using psychedelics often, not even necessarily if you get HPPD will make you like weed will become more psychedelic. And another thing that I find does it is like the more I meditate and also the more I go like outside in
Yeah,
nature, especially the more I go outside in nature and the more I take in new environments, the more visual pretty much all substances get. And like
I
it's
agree.
very interesting that like there's it's very interesting. I've been trying to like figure out exactly what and why and how, because it's useful. I feel like I don't know, it's just very interesting to me how the brain works, and this is like a very, very fascinating insight to inside of a very mysterious part of the mind that no one understands at all, but you get to directly experience it, which is super cool to me. I'm gonna go hit a bowl, be right back.
You could. What's up?
Yeah, just pretty good, not too bad.
Yeah, while you were gone, I came up with more more things about my Salvia week
Mm-hmm. Alrighty.
to touch up upon.
Alrighty.
One, I'm not sure if I mentioned, I was smoking 20x,
Mm-hmm.
small pinches. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So every time the onset came on,
Mm-hmm.
it was like a zoom feeling
Mm-hmm.
where you get like zoomed out from like it's kind of weird, but like you feel like you're getting zoomed out, but you're not.
Mm.
And like I always feel like there's like something present there every
Interesting.
time. I feel like there's a presence.
Interesting.
That's that's one of the most interesting aspects of it. Yeah, you're right.
That sounds
And then
fascinating.
I also got HPVD from it.
Oh.
Pretty gnarly. I mean, a little bit, but mainly because weed. It really intensified it more. But
Yeah.
the first time I smoked weed after,
Mm-hmm.
I was freaking out because I was like, "What the fuck is going on? Like, what the fuck?" You feel me? I
Yeah.
was freaking out, but then like I kind of eased my way into it. And, like even now, actually no, I don't get it like I did like a week ago. But you know, that was expected. I was expecting
Yeah.
that. But yeah, also I don't recommend anyone tries this. I'm like, like this is me being dumb. Don't do this.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely not a good idea. It's much better to space it out. You gotta,
Yeah,
you gotta take what you can get and not push it too far, or else you might
dude, I would wake up in the morning,
wrecked.
do a low dose, come back from work, maybe do one, but I would definitely do another one at night.
Yeah. Um, that's a pretty hefty amount of usage.
For 7 days.
That is pretty intense. I wish I could get my hands on that, but it's
Dude,
illegal.
towards the half of it, I was like being like, okay, I really want to stop. Cause you know what? I did have a dysphoric experience, and it was that one that that like the because I'm not gonna lie, a lot of it for me was euphoric,
Mm-hmm.
which I know is not normal. But I had one dysphoric experience, and it was the one with the fucking sound thing, like with the car exhaust.
Mm-hmm.
That one, I was like, do I really want to go at it again? Like, do I really want to go at it again? And oh my gosh, I forgot another one that's really significant towards like this was like on the last day, right?
Mm-hmm.
As in the morning, I took it. My door's closed. I know it's closed. I know it's closed.
Mm-hmm.
My door is closed. No, actually, no, yeah, no, my door was closed. Right, yeah, it was okay. And then I'm laying down in bed. I'm looking at like this corner in my ceiling, just chilling, right? And then I hear footsteps, and then and then I see my door open because of the light that came in through, because cause, like the light peering in from the door being open, right? Like I see it, I feel it, like I hear my door open. I felt it open, like it's there, it opened, right? And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna close it when it ends, right? So towards the end of it, I stand up, and my door was closed the whole time.
Interesting. That's
That was
fascinating.
really That was really that was like one of the ones where like yeah I'm glad this is the last day.
I bet. That gets weird, huh? I
Mm-hmm.
wonder what the heck is going on there. It's, it's funny how you
Yeah.
can get two complete different spectrums of experiences where,
No, yeah, because a lot of people to say it's a delirium, psychedelic, and dissociative in one.
yeah, just in general from psychedelics, it's very cool how there's such a intense spectrum of experiences where
Yeah.
from like one side where you're seeing your door open and like it's not even actually opening to like bizarre experiences where you feel like you're peering into a complete different dimension
Yeah.
and
Dude, it's crazy because like sorry for interrupting, but like, it's crazy because like the door opening didn't feel like psychedelic. It didn't feel like a hallucination. It didn't feel like anything special. It was like, oh, my door just opened. Cool.
yeah.
You feel me? Like I was so shocked.
Yeah,
I
it
was so
sounds
shocked
yeah, it sounds super
at the
freaky.
end.
Yeah, I can
But
only
sorry for cutting
imagine
you
how
off.
freaky. It's all good. Yeah, I can only imagine how freaky that is, and it's just very, very, very weird. I'd like to be able to experience things like that. I've only ever experienced very like frank hallucinations of those sort ever on like Benadryl, like nothing
Yeah.
else. I mean, sometimes on like if I've had like a episode of sleep paralysis, maybe like
Yeah,
I
you know what? It was very sleep paralysis. Like,
yeah, a lot of the
you know what,
experience you're saying they
bro?
very much remind me of
Yeah,
sleep paralysis
low
experiences.
dose feels like sleep paralysis.
Yeah, and
I'm not
honestly,
gonna cap. It low key feels like that. Low key.
a lot of like I like some of the experiences I've heard of people even having like near breakthrough doses remind me of sleep paralysis because you can have breakthroughs from sleep paralysis too if you're good at like letting go. Um,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
very
But that tension is so hard to get over.
yeah, it is hard to get over. Not yeah, not most people are able to not think they're dying in that moment.
Yeah.
And people often see like dark figures and stuff like that and freak out. I never ever saw anything like that. No dark figures. I've seen jellyfish floating around in my room. I've seen a giant colorful kaleidoscope of geometry coming like out of my wall. I felt myself being sucked into it. That I was not able to do. I tapped out of that one. It was really hard because like my body was fully paralyzed. Um, I've seen like my whole like room like light up with like colorful symbols, like
Yeah.
as if I was in like some like weird Egyptian like temple with like weird symbol carvings along the walls and stuff. Um, see what else? And like I've had like a few like half sleep paralysis, half like actually being asleep experiences where I felt like I was like
Mhm.
flying through my room in weird like
Yeah.
like it was like I knew I was like still in bed, but like at the same time I felt like I was like floating around and I could
Yeah.
like see myself doing it and I was like borderline unconscious but not entirely. Like I was still somewhat lucid. Like I'd like just like phase through my wall randomly. Like
Yeah.
I didn't really have any control. And and like every time I'd like phased like into somewhere that like I couldn't like be, it would just get like replaced by like psychedelic visuals. And then
Uh huh.
s- sometimes it would like reappear. I'd like reappear inside of like actual surroundings and stuff. It's pretty cool. But I haven't gotten
That is
anything
pretty
like that.
cool.
I haven't had anything like that in quite some time.
You know, I forgot to mention.
Hmm.
I posted about this recently, but I want to mention it here. The other night, came home drunk from a party,
Hmm.
and I was laying down on the floor. Well, I didn't mention this part specifically, but I'm laying down on the floor. I'm looking up to my ceiling, and like everything's shifting because I was like really fucked up. I was like, damn. I was like, you know what? This is kind of like Salvia, because like the way everything shift.
Hmm.
And then I went to sleep. And I had a dream that I smoked Salvia in my dream, and then like I was transported to some like suburban street, but I was stuck flat ground, like I was like flat ground, like I was flat face down on the ground, and like every surface was like sharp blue and yellow, like red and yellow, like these like
Oh.
stripes, and like it was like a treadmill, so it all moved in one way or another.
Oh wow, that sounds really
The
cool.
super, yeah, it was like it felt so real almost. Like I was like, damn, like did I break through? Like what the fuck? Like
Yeah.
today I was thinking like, damn, did I like smoke Salvia in my drunken state at nighttime? Like what the fuck happened? Like it felt real. I was like, damn, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's really cool. It's like a sleep breakthrough. Cause like,
Yeah, I had those a lot actually.
yeah, there's like, I mean like, it wouldn't be too out there to think that it's possible that some sort of psychedelic is produced inside of the brain that
Dude, let me
would
tell you something, bro.
allow that. Yeah.
Okay, so I had an experience one time that
Mhm.
was really interesting, and it's fun to like see what to make up of it, right? But
Mhm.
so like throughout my years, I've met and experienced many entities. You feel me?
Mhm.
Like it's cool. Like I can name some like Infinite Jesus, Infinite Rainbow Jesus. You know who you are. The Jesters, y'all know who you are. The goddamn Matrix dude, Neo, you know who you is. It's just a bunch of things. You feel me? Like my pyramid cat, you know who you are. Like the devil, yeah, you know who you are. Like I just every entity I've seen, like or like figure or whatever I've seen while tripping, like like just keep that in mind. Like I've seen a bunch of entities, right?
Mhm.
So then, so then, I was like trying to lucid dream, but I think I accidentally astral projected, but like both at the same time or something. Because this was so weird. Okay,
Mhm.
so I get to a point where like I'm in my street, but
Mhm.
like but I'm in my bed, but it's like my lucid dream, right?
Mhm.
I'm in my street and I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Am I lucid dreaming right now? I think to myself. So then everything looks different, but like I didn't realize it until I ran super fast on my street. I'm like, oh shit, damn. like I was like, hey, you did it right.
Yeah.
And then like after that, everything shifted, and like I was like in a tunnel, and then every entity I've seen was greeting me like, yo, what's up, bro? Like how's it going? Like I haven't seen you in a while, yada yada yada. You feel me?
Oh wow, that's cool.
And like all of them were like, yo, like all of them felt like long distant homies in a way.
Wow, that's cool.
Like and like they're just like, yo, what's up, bro? Like we chill, like we chilling.
Mhm.
And then after that, like I just see like the backstory of one of them,
Oh.
which is really interesting
Yeah.
because like one of them, I like the Matrix guy lived like in a Matrix world, like everything was made out of like ones and zeros.
Yeah.
So I saw his childhood
Oh wow.
and this 1-0 world.
Mhm. That's
Yeah,
really cool.
and honestly, it kind of related to mine in a way.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's fascinating. Huh. Uh, have you ever like had imaginary friends as a kid? Like as a
nah,
child? Ever?
dude, you know
Interesting.
what, bro? You know what, bro? I had voices.
Oh, I see.
I would talk to myself hella.
Yeah, I
Dude,
had that too.
as a little kid, I always
Mhm.
had like a devil on my shoulder, like being like, "Yo, dude, you should fucking do this like fucked up shit." I'm like, "Nah," and like we would
Oh.
go back and forth, like, "Nah, dude, that's I can't I can't fucking do that." Like, "Nah, bro, you fucking like you feel me?"
Yeah.
Like for example, like one time I was in a balcony and
Mhm.
I had the urge to like throw my phone,
Mhm.
and like I'm like, "Bro, like what the fuck? Like you can't do that." I'm like, "Nah, throw the phone, just fucking do it, throw the fucking phone, right?"
Oh.
And then like sometimes like I'll be in the car and I'm like just nodding like dozing off like not sleeping but and like I'll get a thought like bro I hate this person. I'm like dude I don't hate him like what the fuck like no this person's like a terrible person like blah blah but it's someone that's like very good to me.
Yeah. I
So
know
like
those exactly.
I'm like really like what are you saying like messed up me like what are you saying
Yeah.
bro like I love this person like what do you mean?
Yeah. No, I've had exactly the same thing, and I don't know what the heck,
Dude
why
I
that
don't know what to
is.
make up of it like what
Yeah,
the
me
fuck.
neither. What the heck was that? And it happens a lot.
And like, you know what? It's at times I feel like it's from my own consciousness, but at other times I feel like why, like what causing all this aggression from this voice in my head?
Yeah, it's very similar to people who have OCD, who have like voices that are like it just feels like they are have like it's intrusive thoughts basically,
Yeah.
where you're having like these strange thoughts that frighten you and have like negative thoughts like that where you're like, what the heck, I want nothing to do with this, like
For real.
this makes
Yeah.
no
Dude,
sense.
like I'll be chilling with a loved one, like this person's a fucking terrible piece of shit. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
What?
yeah, I know exactly like those.
Chill, bro.
Some people get it really bad, like they'll have like voices that are just like, like go and like push this person like in front of a car, or like go like jump off a bridge or something like that.
See,
And like these people just get like super
I've had
frightened.
those also.
Yeah, it's very normal. I've had them as well. Apparently it's like
It's normal sometimes.
it happens to
Like
people without OCD as well. But
yeah,
it's like OCD
like
habit.
it's like cliff and shit.
Yeah. It's like, and like you just get frightened by it. And
Yeah.
yeah, I think with like especially with OCD is you just like lose the ability to like be able to like differentiate, like snap out of it often.
Yeah.
It gets a lot more difficult to let go of it.
Yeah. I was just thinking, the bad voice, like it's distinctively different from when my own consciousness wants to do something bad. You feel me?
I totally feel
Like,
you.
bro, I was in a line at the smoke shop, right?
Mhm.
You feel me? There's a box that had like a bunch of kratom and like HHT edibles,
Oh.
and the dude was busy as fuck, and I was in the back of the line behind a couple shows. I said to myself like, damn, bro, fuck. Like I was telling myself like, fuck, dude, no, dude. I was like, oh my god. Like I was telling myself like, bro, don't fucking do some reckless shit right now.
Yeah, that's
And
funny.
it almost felt like a test, but anyways, like that voice, like I reasoned with because I know it came from me. You feel me?
Yeah,
Like no, bro, like what are you doing? But then like not in like angry way, like damn, like bro, we shouldn't be doing this right now. Like if I get caught, we're fucked. You feel me?
yeah,
But
yeah,
then like the bad voice is like, yo, like this and that. Like no, what do you mean? That's terrible. Like, but like in a like very defensive way.
yeah,
Like oh like if I'm being attacked almost.
yeah, yeah. I get it entirely. It's very, very, very interesting, and I've never really looked into like why that is. I can only guess. Um, but maybe there's like some sort of explanation out there, like
Yeah.
theory as to why. I've never checked that out. I might honestly just look into it right now, see what it says.
Yeah.
How or why does OCD happen? It seems that it's very like people don't really know what's
Yeah.
going on, which
So
is
the
funny.
first time I had like a sign of it that I could recall,
Mm.
I was in class and the teacher fucked up this letter. I was like, holy fuck, if you don't fucking erase that shit and fix it, I'm gonna flip. But that's very uncommon. It happens very like rarely.
Yeah, interesting. For
And
me,
honestly, it doesn't happen anymore. It happened a lot in my childhood.
interesting. Yeah, for me, it used to happen a lot more, where it was like if there was something that I didn't like want to think about, like something that bugged me, like I would not be able to stop thinking about it,
Yeah.
like constantly. And it was like I was being like tortured by my own mind, like incessantly, and it was like driving me absolutely insane. Like I was like using tons of substances just like to not shoot myself because it was bad. It got like really bad. It's not fun.
Does the type of movie where you take Kratom for 5 days and just don't do shit.
Yeah, except like
Type vibes.
for like 2 years instead.
Yeah, type vibes.
For
That's
real.
I did that once to like cope, and it was very soul draining at the very end of it. In the fifth day, I was like, bro, what the fuck?
I
Feel me?
feel you.
Like literally, I wake up, be on my bed, read those on my bed. I just be on my bed all day, read really. Just not.
I feel you. Yeah, it's not fun. I'm not a fan of it at all either.
Yeah, I felt
Nowadays,
dead.
nowadays I don't really like um getting like too numb because
Yeah,
it feels like wasted time.
I do it sporadically now. Like every 2 weeks, I do it for like 3 days.
I see.
Like every 2 weeks, I buy like a 50 gram bag, whatever.
I see. Yeah, I try to keep it for when I like need to. That's how I do now. Um,
But I tried the liquids extracts.
mm,
They're clean. If you take like the whole thing, cause you're supposed to take half, but I took the whole thing.
huh.
And it's lit. Like you don't feel nauseous at all. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like I felt zero nausea. Like I felt really good.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
Like that. I can manage zero nausea even with plant matter sometimes, which is nice.
Yeah, me too. But like this was like more like noticeable and like wow. Like
It's like
oh
it was like a cleaner experience.
yeah, it was cleaner.
That's cool. We've been going for like a whole hour. Do you want to end it here?
Sure.
Okay.
Also, when you left, you can just edit that out.
Yeah, that's what I plan on doing.
Yeah.
So, oh, this was pretty successful. Not too bad. Yeah,
Yeah, that was good.
yeah.
Episode 2, whenever.
Whenever, indeed. All right.
Whenever.
Peace
Hey, if you
out.
want to join, just comment or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. Thank you for tuning into the.
If you made it this far, you have the privilege to be an episode.
Yeah. Thank you for subscribing to the Joe Rogan Experience. This was uh, Joe Rogan. Uh,
You got my new podcast.
it's
My name's Joey fucking Diaz, you cocksucker. I got a show in fucking Colorado.
I like elk.